biological characteristics that biological theories of crime claim are associated with criminology include factors such as genetics, neurology, or physical classification.
Although many modern biological theories of crime consider the effect of contextual and environmental conditions, what criminologists call biosocial theories, biological theories of crime distinguish themselves from sociological theories in their focus on internal factors.
There have been many criminals in human society, committing different crimes for different purposes. Their presence worries and frightens people and makes criminologists have an unusual interest in themselves. This article examines the specific causes of those areas that may induce and contribute to crime, and to what extent they affect crime. Biology discusses the relationship from a sociological and pathological point of view, and the relationship between biological factors and crime.
Society discusses the relationship between social factors and crime from many aspects, such as social structure and education. This article does not promote social or biological determinism, preparing a holistic view of how crime occurs. At the same time, several examples will be given to illustrate whether the theory of still valid when applied to reality. After studying cases and analyzing factors, it is concluded that multidimensional factors such as hormones, brain damage, and genes lead to the possibility of a person's biological crime and social structure education. And other aspects determine whether a person will commit a crime.
There is a growing literature on biological explanation of antisocial and criminal behavior. This paper provides a selective review of 3 specific biological factors: psychophysiology with a focus on the bloated heart rate and skin conductance, brain mechanism with a focus on structural and functional aberration of the prefrontal cortex, amygdala and striation, and genetics with an emphasis on gene environment and gene-gene interaction. Overall, understanding the role of biology in antisocial and criminal behavior may help increase the explanatory power of current research and theories, as well as inform policy and treatment options.
Biological and social factors influence the tendency of serial killers to commit crimes. There have been many criminals in human society committing different crimes for different purposes. Their presence worries and frightens people and makes criminologists have an unusual interest in themselves. This article examines the specific causes of those areas that may induce and contribute to crime and to what extent they affect crime. Biology discusses their relationship from psychological and pathological point of view and the relation between biological factors and crime. Society discusses the relationship between social factors and crime from many aspects, such as social structure and education. This article does not promote social or biological determinism, preferring a holistic view of how crime occurs. At the same time, several examples will be given to illustrate whether the theory is still valid when applied to reality. After studying cases and analyzing factors, it is conducted that multi-dimensional factors such as hormones, brain damage, and genes lead to the possibility of persons' biological crimes, and social structure, education, and other aspects determine whether a person will commit a crime.
Biological theories have focused on body type, genetic factors, studies of twins to differentiate genetic and social factors, and studies of chromosomes variation is an example of biological theory of crime. One example would be the theory that men between the age of 18 and 25 are more prone to violence because of the stage of their brain development. Are biological family studies on crime. Family studies are another way of investigating genetic links in offending behavior.
Biological in criminology. Biological explanation of crime assumption that some people are born criminals who are physiologically distinct from non-criminals. The most famous proponent of this approach is Cesar Lombroso. Lombroso's work has long since fallen out of favor. However, biological outcome theories from the continue to develop. Biological criminology focuses on the physiological factors, not just genetic factors, which may be related to antisocial behavior. There is a growing literature on biological explanation of antisocial and criminal behavior. This paper provides a selective review of the three specific biological factors: psychology, with the focus on the blended heart rate and the skin conductance; brain mechanism, with a focus on the structural and functional aberration of the prefrontal cortex;